All right. Welcome to
Well.
the live stream for I Left It All Behind video release.
Yeah, we just had a premiere of the video. I'm sure all of you were watching that. And
we got the stream on there, Brendon. Looking at the chat, I can't see that.
What anybody get to see the premiere?
Yeah. Yeah. Answer up if you saw the premiere. We saw some people on there that we don't know, so
including Ash from Seattle. Booyah.
And some other people we don't know the names of, I guess. David, this may be the first time you've seen this, isn't it?
Actually, I think I had seen it. I think it was on an email or something you had sent out. I think I had seen it before.
Well, you definitely had some input into the final product. I called you up and asked for some advice on. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
I at least gave you a preview and said, "Hey, what can I do to make this better?" And you offered some suggestions that were really good.
But just a few effect ideas. I've pieced together a few lyric videos and music videos in the past, and so with the vibe you seem to be going for, that Western kind of thing. The video looked fine, but then there was I think it was a kind of that sepia look and that kind of old texture look. It was like that was the only thing that seemed to be missing. But other than that, it was. I think the idea is actually pretty cool. I like what. So between you and Brendon, what inspired that kind of a video with folks, keeping the beat and stuff with boots and shoes and all that? What was the inspiration behind all that?
Well, in the beginning, the idea that led to it was just, if you listen to it, it's just like a straight 4/4 beat in march tempo, and there's not a lot of other distractions from that. There's not a snare drum or any other extraneous stuff that you would normally hear in a rock song. There's a lot of just kind of shuffling. It's kind of a shuffling beat. And so then every beat just kind of has a meaning, and, it just makes you want to tap your foot, kind of makes you want to nod your head a little bit, with that rhythm. And so that's when I thought, well, I looked in my closet and I have more shoes now than I have ever in my life. A few years ago, I decided to buy shoes for everything. I got weightlifting shoes. I got a boot. I got boots, cowboy boots. I got work boots. I got hiking boots, walking shoes, running shoes, court shoes, and they all made an appearance in the video. So I thought it would be good to just kind of switch around and just make it really simple. Had to be simple because we're working on a zero budget. And so that's how it sort of came together in the beginning.
Awesome.
I thought it was a cool idea, and I honestly thought maybe Mike came up with the idea because he thought it would be easy, which I appreciated. But whatever, I thought it was a cool idea. The song being kind of, the one thing for me is that the song has this kind of this relentlessness to it, and I thought having just images of feet, I thought that would kind of thematically represent that, which I thought was a cool idea. Also, when I saw the footage that I shot, at least I was like, this is now that I can see it, this really is a cool idea. And then when Mike sent over the kind of the proof, it really came together. This doesn't really have anything to do with the inspiration of it, but I have to say that shooting of it was hilarious because, I have pets. And so whenever I'm doing anything, they want to see what I'm doing. And so, the first thing was I had to put the wrong shoe on the foot. Like, so I had to put a left shoe on my right foot because of where putting a camera on the floor is, and not having both feet in the shot was kind of challenging. So I ended up putting, I don't remember if it was my right or my left foot, but I ended up putting the wrong foot in whatever shoe I was using.
Mm.
And then on top of that, my cats are walking around in front of the camera and my dog, and I'm just like, man, this is challenging, but whatever, we got it done. And I really like the final product. I really do. I think that sepia look is really hip. So if that was your idea, good idea.
It's also because I'm on a sepia trip or whatever. I think that's what it is. But yes, the video is really good. You had mentioned it, Brendon, that you had the mud boots in there, right?
Oh yeah, those were my mud boots. Those actually were easy to put on the wrong foot. But my tennis shoes were that was kind of uncomfortable, but whatever.
Yeah, I wanted to have all of them be the same, from the same direction.
Right.
Of course, Adrian paid no attention to that whatsoever.
Well, I mean, whatever. I like his contribution.
I like the ladies' shoes that he put in there.
Yeah, I thought about getting Rhonda to do it because Rhonda has 100 pairs of cowboy boots, but I don't know. I felt like she would have resisted that.
So if I may, what I got out of the video when I first saw it was thinking about the song. I left it all behind. Like, I was thinking of the phases of life we go through, and the different seasons, as it were, times and moments, not just in age, but maybe in work and play and what have you, and like seeing the different shoes and boots and all that kind of stuff. It's like, wow, like this kind of tells a story of all the things you've walked through, you've gone through, and all that's now been left behind as you're moving forward. I don't know, that was a thought that I had when I first saw it, but that's cool to hear about that. So yeah, cool deal.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting. I've been trying to shoot video, a different bit of video for another video of ours over the last 2 weeks, and it's just been miserable because I have this repetitive stress injury in my left hand, and it's just made it impossible. I'm still working on it, but anyway. But the point is that when you watch television and you see, like, two people talking, and then you see, it's like if it's a man and a woman, and you see the man talking, and then you see the woman responding, and all of that, every one of those is a camera angle that you actually have to shoot, and when you get into shooting video, you recognize, like, man, this is actually not as easy as you might think it is, with
Right.
particularly just a video of my foot tapping, with my animals running around and the wrong foot thing, and I mean, it was a project. It took me all afternoon.
Yeah, I agree. And making good video is takes some work.
Yeah, well, on top of just the physical doing of it, I should say, there's that whole thing on top of it, the lighting and everything else.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And actually, the production of it was not that easy either, because you have to line up every video with the beat of the song and then transition between them. And there were, as you can imagine, you can see in the video, there's a lot of little segments of video that you have to line up. So so that was a challenge, and just trying to get them to each one to end at the right place. You know, it's just,
it's tough.
It was
sure.
Took some time to do that. But I enjoy making them. I enjoy making our videos, and I expect that we'll have quite a few more.
Totally.
Absolutely. Now, that background you've got there, is that a warplane I see flying in the background, or is that just in my brain? Because I heard something about the next song y'all might be putting out. What's that about? Like, you left it all behind, and now you've got something else coming on the horizon. Is that correct, or should I keep quiet about that?
No, we've got a new song that's in production right now, and still recording, called "Time for a War," and it's going to be more in line with our usual punk rock stuff. And so yeah, hopefully when we do the live stream for that, I'll have some appropriate video in the background. We'll see what I can come up with. But yep. But no warplanes at this point. So
all right, it's all in my brain. More coffee is needed.
I used to be in a band, and we had a song called "Take to the Sky," and I ordered a bunch of styrofoam airplanes, these little styrofoam airplanes that you put together. You know, they come in a flat plastic bag, and you there's like a slot where you put the wings.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I bought like 100 of those from, I mean, this was in the 90s, but it would have been the equivalent of like Temu or Alibaba or whatever. It's one of those things, you know, back then. And I ordered like 100 of these things. And when we played that song live for the first time, one of our guitar players, her partner, was there throwing those out of the crowd. It was pretty funny. I hadn't thought of that in years.
Yeah. Nice. That's a good trick. I like that.
We actually had a radio control. We actually had a radio controlled helium blimp, but that never coalesced. We bought it, but we never used it.
Oh man, you could have had it like flying around, dropping all those little planes. And they could have had like
if we were playing classical music or something, but our crowds back then were really rowdy, you know. So I don't know.
Yeah, we tried all kinds of things. When I was in John Cougar Rabinowitz, we used to give out free Cheetos at all the gigs that we played. And I
remember that. I remember that.
I found out also that if you hand out the press kit photos of the band, then people will ask you for autographs.
Interesting.
So we did that as well. Wow, we're off on a tangent, aren't we?
No, it's all good. I mean, I remember, the first time I ever signed autographs was when the first time I played overseas, and I don't know. It's like whenever you play a festival, even if people don't know who you are, I guess they're like, well, these guys must be sort of famous.
Right.
If they're playing our festival in Germany or whatever. Anyway. Well,
the only autographs they've given out are to government forms and stuff. So. Is this really you? I don't know, but let's act like it is.
Were there anything come up in the chat, Brendon?
No, I mean, it's just us saying hello and whatever. I guess nobody wants to tell us where they're from.
That's okay. I'm sure lots of people will see this in the future.
I just demanded that they do it.
Yes.
and I'm sure that may fall on deaf ears. I don't actually see how many are watching. Oh well.
Yeah.
I will say this song does, I mean, I think Mike and I were talking about it, but like I Left It All Behind is very one of those songs that gets stuck in your head whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't. You try mixing it.
oh
God,
Lord.
it's like driving to work in the morning. I'm just like, stop! God, get this thing out of my head.
Yeah. That's a good thing, though. I like that.
It is cool, and I just think the cool thing about the tune was that we got to show that we could do something different.
Yeah.
Maybe that has value.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to make this a long thing. I think we've talked about the video and how it was made, and only thing is I wish I'd gotten some of David's feet in there and shoes. Didn't think of it at the time, but
Now all my boots are falling apart. It would look weird. You have like stuff flying at the camera. Be like, what is this?
that sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
We should have had somebody like with the Roadhouse boots from the movie Roadhouse, where they had the little blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Good.
Well. Well, Jens, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I got
yeah.
Great talking to you guys. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this whole deal. It's been
Thanks
a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to y'all's new song as well, the one y'all have been talking about a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, thanks for joining us.
As always. All right, guys. Good night. Everybody say good night.
Night, night.
Okay, the stream has stopped.
Well, David, thanks for joining us. If you